Bonjour. I was doing a big cull of stuff and I had all these boxes of clothes that I was going to donate, and then I came across this deck that I haven't seen in ages. I forgot I even had it. It's called, where's the lid? Reflection, and it's by Prism and Fleur, and I've had decks from them before. They always have really beautiful decks. This one's an oracle one. I think this one actually is called Reflection. Yeah. So I'm going to get one of these first to see, get guidance on what this message is about today for you. What is the reflection of today's message, please? For this collective. These are really nice to shuffle. You are a priority. Perfect. You are the priority right now. Okay, let's get into it then, shall we? I'll get into it, Oracle. Okay. What is this message for the collective today? You are the priority. Jupiter, the ruler of expansion, and the ship. You're going places. You're about to go on an adventure, a vacation maybe, some kind of trip. Could be vehicle, could be a cruise, I just heard. Plane, but there's definitely movement here. Something, it's like the wind, is it the winds are shifting? Gone with the wind? Wherever the wind takes me. But this is travel and overseas, and also the 3rd of October could be important, and then 7 is a lucky number. You've got the ruler of expansion, Jupiter, so this is about expanding your life and being optimistic about certain things that are coming for you, because you're at a turning point in your life where I think certain things are going to be presented to you that is going to expand your world, and they're wanting you to be optimistic. This is something that is a good change. It's growth. And this even says destiny. This is something that's meant to happen in your life. And I think it's something as well that you're going to feel very fortunate when it comes in. And it's important to remain grateful. And even believing that it's true. Because it might have that feeling of this seems too good to be true. But it's something about expanding your world. And travel is involved with that. Sudden and unexpected. You could have just recently had an accident that ties you to this reading, but you're cutting out. Perhaps you've had limiting beliefs for a long time that you couldn't do something or be something because of other circumstances in your life, and they're asking you to cut that out because you're about to be liberated. And I think it's going to shock you because this card is about ripping off the band-aid. And I think this offer is going to be a surprise to you. This offer is going to be something that really does open up a lot of doors for you. Yeah, this is October could be important because that's another 10 card. You're going to travel the world, I just heard. Even if it's like, for instance, you becoming an air hostess or something, and you've applied and gone through the interview processes and you're not really thinking that much of it, but you're about to be offered something. It doesn't have to be an air hostess. It could just be something that requires travel for your job and you have very low expectations of it working out, or you might feel like your circumstances prevent you from being able to actually do it, even though you applied for it. But when it gets offered to you, it's important that you accept what's being offered to you. Okay, so you've got diamond ring, proposal, engagement, agreement, next level, promise, partnership, statement of intent, marriage union. I really thought this was going to be a career reading. I was optimistic it was going to be a career reading, but anyway, number 25. I think it's not even a bad thing. Why is it bad for a marriage proposal to come in? It's not. It's a happy surprise. But if it's not necessarily someone coming in straight off the bat offering proposal, it's the statement of intent. I want a future with you. My plan is for us to get married, to be together forever kind of thing. The intention is the right one. But there is a promise about to be made when it comes to a partnership, and for that to confirm the ship, it could be that this person has to travel to be with you, and that's something that they're actually a decision they're willing to make, because they want this expansion with you, and they know that to have a future with you requires them to come to you. If it's not you the one, I don't know, I feel like that you're the one that wants to make this statement of intent. Because I feel so strongly, especially with this top row, that this is you, not someone else coming in. Which then leads me to believe that this collective, you're the one that needs to travel to someone. That there's about to be some changes presented to you, like offers presented to you, where you can travel for work, which can lead you to where this person is, that you want marriage with. Could be overseas, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be that it's like a plane ride away, or like a road trip distance away. So whether you have to drive across the country, fly across the country, or they're in a different country, there is an undisputable fact. And most of my readings, there's distance. I feel like I seem to be connected to people who are in separation from someone that they're at a distance from. So this just confirms that for me. For you to expand your world, to have growth, luck is about to be on your side. You're about to be presented options that take you to where this person is. And it will be required for you to travel. And you would know this. You would know that you need to kind of sever ties with your environment, your situation that you're currently in, to travel towards this person. And that might even be the surprise, that something that because I can't get out of my head that you're about to be offered something that you applied to, but you applied to it because you were interested, but you didn't really take it seriously. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. Like, you didn't really think of like, you're going to get the job. So you applied, but then you've just kind of put it out of your mind. The surprise is going to be, you're going to be offered something and you're going to be shocked. But it's important you accept this offer, because it's expanding your world and it's bringing you to wherever this person is that you have to travel to. So it's like your ducks are lining up. And that in itself is going to tell you, I am meant to be with this person, because it's almost like everything's being lined up for me to go to where this person lives. Which then means I'm being directed, I'm being divinely guided back towards this person, because this opportunity is too good to pass up. It's about to expand your world. You're about to feel very fortunate. And like I said, this is destiny. Yeah. So under a Jupiter, you've got the key. This is the key to your success, your happiness, your love life. This is the solution to, I guess, problems that you feel you've had. As well as this person being the one that has the key to your heart. I was about to say 33rd of August, but that doesn't exist. But you've got 33 and 8. you could be 33, and August could be important. Maybe the 7th of August is important. But this person has the key to your heart, and something's about to be unlocked for you. And again, you're going to feel very lucky. I actually seen someone getting a call or getting an email saying that they've been accepted and they're being offered the job, and just being stunned because you just didn't put any real investment into it. You didn't really take it seriously, and now it's actually about to come in and be offered to you. And and the clarity you get from that, like, this just has to be some kind of magic that I got this job, and that this job is taking me to where this person is that I want to be with. But this key card is asking you to pay attention, to not miss this opportunity, because it's going to be right in your face. Like, you can't ignore this. It's important that you lock in here. This is really going to open things up for you. And if it's not that you have applied for something yet, there's something you've been mulling over in your mind about applying for. I heard that specifically too. So there's something that you've been thinking, should I apply? Apply. Maybe you've been umming and ahhing because if you were to get the job, you'd have to move. So you've not apply. I'm telling you, because this is something that is going to turn your life around. Not just in love life, but your actual, what you do for Pentacles. Okay, so you're in the middle of the season. So this hasn't happened yet. This is going to happen. You're not at the beginning, you're not at the end yet, you're right in the middle. So this is kind of like a 50-50 card where they're trying to guide you towards your purpose. They want you to be purpose-driven, but they're basically trying to get you into that position where you're more confident and you're in that mode of like getting it done. But this even says count on it. So even though I said 50-50, I really feel like whether you've applied for it and you're about to hear that you get it, or you've been mulling over whether to apply, and I'm saying apply, because it's going to be ruled in your favor, basically. Don't be stubborn, be bold, be brave, and make this decision, because it's going to liberate you from where you are in life now. And then you've got summer waxing major opportunities, magical. Things are about to unfold here, and this is going to bring growth. Another card of expansion. Remain positive. You're building the strength right now because you're in the middle of the season. You're building strength, you're building confidence and courage to make a bold decision, make this brave decision that requires travel. You're going to have good reason to celebrate, because everything is being lined up for you. You are being divinely guided. So again, if it gets offered to you, take it. If you've been holding off applying, apply. This is all guiding you to this person, but it's like a culmination of all the ways you can expand in life, expanding your family with this person, expanding your job, your career, expanding your life, travel. This is important. And whoever this person is, it's someone that you care deeply about, someone that you know in your heart that they have the key to your heart, but this is someone you're serious about. I want to get the journey deck. However, the first card out being you are the priority, this is where I think that these decisions that are going to expand your world, going to make you feel very lucky, is why you need to prioritize you. Leads me to believe that whatever situation you're in currently, whether you I just heard work with family or friends. You might work with family or friends. Your finances feel tied up by family, by friends, that make you feel like you can't leave because they rely on you, or you feel obligated to stay for some reason. You're the priority. You need to make this your priority because it's going to change your life. You can't let these people hold you back anymore. You need to prioritize you now, not these other people. Alright. Divine Feminine. So then I'm speaking to the masculine. I've been getting a lot of masculine readings lately, but the Divine Feminine, I think you're tapping into that part of yourself as well, that compassionate, nurturing, empathetic side. But straight away, I'm seeing this as that proposal card. This is the person tied to that. Because I was about to say, who is this person? And the first card comes out, Divine Feminine. Rise up, death and rebirth, strength. Burning away this old life that you feel stuck in and rebirthing into this new expansion that's about to happen for you, and finding the strength to take those courageous steps, to be brave, be bold, and go towards those things that are about to be presented to you. Merkaba, so this is someone that you have a very strong soul connection with. It's like your energies are actually combined, kind of similar to red thread bond or twin flame. Okay, so father wounds, healing the inner child, but green light, yes, go for it. I think that a lot of the ways you've been behaving and the reasons you felt restricted and bound by your current circumstances is because of father wounds. So if you grew up having an abusive father, a neglectful father, he was absent, in and out kind of energy, and you felt like you had to step up and take care of your family financially, emotionally, whatever, you're always the problem solver, those wounds is what's kept you trapped in this cycle. Because whether you know it or not, or I just heard, you've been manipulated. I heard that very strongly. So that's something that you had to heal so that you could look at yourself in the mirror and go, no, it's actually time for me to put myself first and go after what I want. Because you've been stuck in so many cycles with your family, with friends, with work situations, and you're not satisfied. It's time, this green light, take the Divine Feminine out of it. This green light is for you and your life, your happiness, your expansion, your joy. What's going to feed your soul? What's going to make you feel alive and like you're fulfilled? Your father wounds, which, if you've got father wounds, you've got mother wounds. They're one and the same. Because if you've got a neglectful or abusive father, then you've got a mother that accepted that treatment, that picked the father over the kids, so to speak, so she didn't break up the family, but in fact it actually, hurts the family more when she stays. That feels like abandonment. It all ties in together. Those wounds is what's kept you repeating bad behavior in your life, but then at the same time, it's like you feel like you're doing the right thing because you're looking after your family, and then you rebel in other ways that are unhealthy for you, and you repeat those cycles, and then add into the fact that you feel manipulated and underappreciated by the people around you. All those things have just built up resentment and anger, and you just go around and around and around. That's why things are about to line up for you, and they're wanting you to see this opportunity for what it is and to take it. Again, if it's not something you've already applied for and you're about to hear back, this is to tell you, go for it. It is time to go for it. Green light. What's that saying? Pedal to the metal? Yeah. Apply. All right, Divine Feminine. Healing. So mind, body, and spirit. If you struggle to connect to the masculine side of you, then it means that the feminine part of you would have struggled to find empathy and compassion within when it came to your feminine, like the person that you're going to travel towards, because especially with the examples I was saying, 11:11, as I said that, you found it hard to empathize anytime your divine feminine was upset or hurt by you because of your own wounding. And so when they would reflect to you how they were hurting inside or how you were hurting them, you would get defensive because of your own situations growing up, or perhaps feeling manipulated by the females in your life. So then you would then project that onto your divine feminine, that she was manipulating you with tears or whatever, because that's what you had grown up with. Or every time you tried to fix people's problems or do the right thing by people, you'd end up getting burned by it. And then that was projected onto the feminine if she ever was upset. That is something that needed healing. As well, your feminine needed to heal their mind, body, and spirit, because they themselves had wounding that caused them to react in certain ways, especially if they were more passive and they would panic or they'd withdraw or they couldn't communicate properly. And the way they would communicate would then activate your triggers. You both had things that needed some serious healing, which would then also speak to why the universe kind of put you both in separation. It's kind of like you're both going into timeout away from each other, and there was distance put between you physically but also emotionally. Merkaba. All right, so you could be an air sign, they could be, but there's a karmic energy that came out with air sign. So it could be, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could have been a karmic energy that was a permanent fixture in your life. So this could be a family member, a friend that you've known for a long time, like a best friend that you see as family, as well as there could have been a karmic energy that really got in your head about this connection, that is part of why you thought this would never work, that you separated from them, that you kept your distance from them, that they weren't good for you. There is a karmic energy that had some kind of influence that played a part in why there was such high highs and low lows with this person, because you had someone that really fed into the insecurities or the overwhelmed feelings that you were having about your connection. They had a big part to play in this. Hot air balloons could be a memory for you. And like I said, either you or your feminine could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but because it came out with karmic energy, this is an energy that has been attached to you, and someone that's been around you since before you met your divine feminine and is still in your life now, and is still potentially someone that's blocking any kind of movement you want to make towards this person. So say, for instance, you've been confiding in whoever this air sign is. Doesn't have to be air sign, because this is about being trapped in the mind. So whoever this karmic person is has definitely had an influence. So if you've been confiding in this karmic person about your divine feminine, and they've gotten you even more messed up in your head about not returning, that's a specific sign as well. Because despite how much this person has been in your head about this situation, you're too connected to be able to forget it. You're going to keep being tugged at, you're going to keep getting pulled at, you're going to keep getting signs about this person, because they're meant to be in your life. So it doesn't matter how much this person tries to get in your head about it, that's why they're karmic, because you have to learn how to separate from those kinds of influences. Could be a father that's had an influence on you about this. P.S. I love you. You might have written a letter or written letters that you never sent, written messages you've never sent, emails you've never sent. I feel like this collective, you've written down a lot of stuff or typed out a lot of stuff that you have felt during this separation that you've never expressed to them, to your divine feminine, because you lacked that vulnerability due to your father wounds. You felt like you had to keep it all closed up inside because that would be showing weakness if you were to be vulnerable with them. So you've written it all down, typed it all out, whatever way it is, and never sent it. All right, green light. Yeah, rebirth, resurrection, new life, growth, but rage. So I think I'm actually seeing this as you've got a lot of pent up anger, because I think you realize as well, baggage, emotional, unresolved, unpack history. You've got a lot of anger, especially towards the karmic energies, your family, for keeping you stuck in life. But it's misdirected, not because they didn't manipulate you, but you've got to remember as well, whatever your situation is that caused you childhood trauma. I'm going to digress for a sec. I saw a TikTok yesterday of this guy who was like, no sibling has the same childhood, and no sibling has the same parents, because you all you might have had similar experiences, but you also experience different versions of your parents, and also each sibling would have experienced things differently. They would have perceived the situation differently. You each would see your parents differently. So your version does not necessarily always line up with your sibling's version. I had the same thing. I was the agitator. I was the one that couldn't stand what was happening at home, and I would voice it, and I'd get angry because everyone around me, my sisters, would tell me I'm crazy or that I'm a drama queen, because that was their way of coping, and they also had a different relationship to our parents. And they perceived what was happening at home differently to how I perceived it. I would see things exactly as they are, and I wanted to do something about it. I needed something to change because I knew it was wrong, whereas they would cope differently. They'd always be out of the house, so they didn't always experience the same things I did. All of that stuff, it's like you're living in the same house, your siblings, the same experiences are happening, but you're experiencing it differently, and each of yours relationship to your parents is different as well, and the way your parents treat each sibling changes as well. There is so much anger in you and resentment towards these people that was misdirected towards your feminine, because your feminine's the first person that you truly fell in love with and felt hurt by when this separation happened. So all of that resentment and baggage was put on them, when the reality is that your family caused this. Your friends caused this, the situations you kept repeating, the bad behaviors, the unhealthy behaviors, all stems from childhood trauma, the baggage that you already had, this unfulfilled potential that's just sitting in here, just building up, and they're wanting you to, it's like a slingshot. They're pulling you back and they're flinging you. They're wanting you to go into your future, because all that pent up resentment is because you haven't fulfilled what you're meant to be doing in this life and being with the person you're meant to be within this life. And it's all building up, and it's making you angry, and you might be lashing out at people all over the place, at work, whatever, because you're not fulfilling something they're trying to get you to go towards because of the baggage you're holding on to. You've been holding it all in so tightly, but you're about to have a new life. They're wanting growth here. Whoa. Let me clean that up. You've got Aquarius season, so January 19th to February 18th is important here. That could be your next point of communication, or when you're about to hear about this job. Rebirth came out. And then the way it fell, you've got starseed popping out here, but you've got divine counterpart, love of self, love of others, and union with your divine feminine. It's divinely protected, and it's been cosmic. Cosmic healing is more like when it's coming from up above. They're giving you lessons to learn, or trying to show you through physical examples where you need to grow and heal. but they've been divinely protecting this union the whole way through. You've always been meant to find your way back to each other. So that as well is why when this offer comes or is presented to you, it's going to shock you how well it's lining up to you moving towards this person. White Lotus, spiritual growth, renewal, and rebirth. That's like 3 cards about rebirth now. You've been activated. And breathe. I think your rage is being activated right now because they're wanting you to realize that it's coming from a place of unfulfilled potential and resentment towards the people that have kept you stuck your whole life. You're needing to learn how to breathe and find solutions that bring you calm. That's White Lotus. One more. Divine timing, patience, surrender, trust. Chaser. Music could be important. Married. That's that proposal card. And then you've got trauma bond on the bottom. But I'm not seeing that as your trauma bonded to your divine feminine, although there could have been a lot of things that made you feel that you were trauma bonded to them. It's your family and your friends and the toxic behaviors that you've been bound to your whole life because of your trauma. You've been repeating the same cycle over and over again. I think now you've been activated, you're starting to see the patterns that you've been cycling through. It's like this loop that you've kept going around and around, and until you were activated, you just weren't seeing that you were repeating over and over again. And your attachment to family and friends that has kept you in that loop. Because when you're constantly faced with the same people causing you trauma, and you're always financially fixing things, or you're always trying to be the problem solver, and you're always the person, and it's always the people that cause the trauma in the first place, it's very it'd be very triggering. You'd be activated all the time and you just wouldn't even realize. You think that you're supposed to help family, you're obligated to help family when they're blood, and it's like people make their own families. And certainly your divine feminine is someone that you want to have expand your family with. You're being activated to really see this right now. Underneath that family, that's confirmation. And look, the hearts match. Your family is where the trauma bond is, not the feminine, not the divine feminine. Your family is the trauma bond that keeps you bound to these same patterns you keep repeating. And that could also be why whatever's about to be offered to you, or whatever you're about to apply to, is to take you away from them. Because the only way to have a true fresh start is to have physical distance between you and them. But they've been in your head this whole time, keeping you from the feminine, keeping the distance between you and the feminine, where they're the ones you need distance from. It served them for you to direct all that resentment and anger towards your feminine. Your feminine's the one that caused you depression. You were so happy, everything was fine before you met them. You're just not right together, and all these kind of stuff. There's plenty of fish in the sea keeping you stuck in this karmic loop with them, instead of starting something new with your divine feminine. You're the priority now. You need to make yourself the priority now. Okay, I want to get an animal spirit for you and an animal spirit for your divine feminine. What is your current animal spirit? What is this collective's current animal spirit? That's too many, I just want one. The spider. Okay. So you could be an earth sign as well. Creator of prosperity, you're about to be. Through life's work, your purpose. This is why you're so angry, because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. The spider is an ingenious creator. It's actually reminding me of yesterday's collective where I said, because you've got so much fire in you and you're not directing it in the right avenue, it's all trapped up here, and then you're concocting all the worst case scenarios. It's the same thing with your anger. Because you're not fulfilling this purpose that you're meant for, you've got all this trapped energy that also turns into anger, because you're not getting it out in the way that it's meant to be released. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. And that's the other thing. If you're where you're at now, if you're not feeling fulfilled in your finances, in your stability, but you're constantly still propping up your family, you're giving from an empty cup and you're never getting ahead in life. It's better for you to set yourself free and be able to help them when you have more spare to give, instead of constantly propping up other people and never prioritizing yourself and your own success. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-orientated rather than results-orientated, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. When in balance, appreciative, enthusiastic, and prosperous. When out of balance, discouraged, tired, and fallen. And I feel like that's where you're at. To bring into balance, playful creativity. All right, let's see what animal spirit your feminine is currently in. What current animal spirit is the feminine in? The beaver, that's interesting. That's very masculine energy. Where are you, beaver? Normally I get lucky and it pretty much opens up on the page I need, but here we go. Hard worker, loyal, tireless, family first. So it's funny because you're both very family orientated. The beaver personality is a welcomed sight. These good-natured and dependable creatures have infinite love and enthusiasm for family and express it by way of the earth element. So you've both got an earth as well. Oh, well, no, the beaver's earth and water. So that could be their pairing, as in like they have a lot of earth and water in their chart. Although a beaver doesn't usually initiate a project, once started they'll work steadily for weeks, months or years to see it through. The beaver card appears when the task at hand requires your long-term steady effort. It can also signify that it's time for some karma yoga, which is selfless service. When in balance, happy, meaningful work. When out of balance, feels useless, worn out. To bring into balance, physical labor and selfless service. So it's almost like they're in the energy that you should be in, but they're building something for themselves right now. They're trying to focus on what they can build to create stability for their family. And they'd be in that energy because they don't have someone to provide, protect, that sort of thing. So they might be a single parent, or just trying to figure out stability for themselves. I just want to get these cards to see I just want to see where your head is at, how you feel towards this person right now. How you, the collective, are feeling towards this divine feminine right now. Let go of fear. So you're definitely full of fear right now. You are safe with me, so you want them to feel safe with you. I have no fear of making mistakes. Nothing you do or say will ever make me stop loving you. There are no mistakes on this journey, only soul lessons. Everything happens for a reason. It's safe to be vulnerable with me. So I think as well, whatever the damage that was caused here, you know that there is the need to show stability and consistency with this feminine to gain their trust so that they can feel safe with you again, that they're not going to lose you again. Not waiting, wanting. One more. And learning with daydream on the bottom. I'm feeling so urged towards you. I can't help wanting you sexually. Your energy excites me and allures me. I want your touch. I'm craving for you. Your body turns me on. I just want you right now. Please come home, baby. Well, you're obviously attracted to them. You think they're beautiful, but learning, you are unique and special, and I have never met anyone like you before. You have opened me up to things I never knew were possible. I'm so strong because of the power of our love. You have opened my heart to the truth, and I'm very grateful for all the lessons we are both learning now. Wow, you're very attracted to this person. Daydream. I often fantasize about you. I daydream about you every day. So this person's never far from your mind. I can't get you off my mind all day, every day. I always wonder what you're doing and how you're feeling about me. Meet me in your dreams tonight so we can start making our future together in reality. I want to build a strong, solid foundation for us. Good. Very good. I want to get a timing card actually, and then we'll get what you need to surrender to at the moment. April. In a few weeks and 6 months from now. So this could be something where you two reconnect in April. Or no, you've got in a few weeks. I mean, you could be hearing about this offer in a few weeks. And then you might be required to move in by April. There's something about you moving around April. But everything is going to be in order in 6 months' time. Allow things to come. Stop obsessing first. I think that in a few weeks, you might feel... It's the 14th of Jan today. So that'd be February. And you did get Pisces season, which is February to March. So I think in a few weeks there's going to be some kind of movement towards this person. As well as there is something about whatever this offer is that's being made to you that is coming in the next few months. But they're asking you to stop obsessing over how or what or when it's going to unfold the way it needs to unfold. And I think that's why you're going to be shocked when it comes in. It could even be that in the next few weeks you have some kind of contact, some kind of communication with your divine feminine, and then 6 months from now everything is done. You've gotten the job, you've moved, and you two are back together. I think everything is unfolding the way it's supposed to. I think in 6 months from now you're going to be quite shocked about how this all played out. All right, surrender. And then I want to tap into your feminine quickly to see what's around them right now and how they feel about the connection. What does this collective need to surrender right now? Mission. We are alchemists. We transform fear into love and shadow into light. Number 3. Communication. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now my life is too complicated to bring you into it, but know that I do want to talk to you. But we know because of family, friends, work, distance, that's all the complications right now. Number 7. I think with how you're feeling right now, you don't see that this could even be could even happen. Sorry. Number 5. Union. Please send me energetic support. Use the frequency of love to uplift me because I need your help. So you need to be careful to not send fear energetically to each other, because you are that connected with that Merkaba card. Third of April. That's an important date. You are my true love, my heart and my soul. Union. So April could be union for you too. Even if it's that you haven't moved yet, but 6 months from now you could be moving. Number 3 again, so 7th of March. So you got 3rd of April and 7th of March. I've watched you change and grow so much. I'm trying to release my attachment to identity so I can change too. I think that's what you're going through right now because of this activation. But you definitely have some way to access this person, whether it's their social media or, well, that would be it if you're at a distance. Union. Number 1, the 5th of January. Something could have really activated you on the 5th of January. Mirrors again. I can't validate our love in the 3D until I understand our spiritual love in the 5D. Give me time to explore this aspect so I can be a strong spiritual partner for you. I think that's, again, because where you're at right now, you can't see this going in your favor. You can't see a world in which you're at some kind of opportunity takes you to your person, takes you closer to your person. 2 on the bottom. As you surrender your 3D expectations, so try to remain positive and surrender to the idea that there's nothing that could bring you two back together again. As you surrender your 3D expectations, I surrender to our 5D connection. There's so much about you needing to trust that even though in your 3D world, your physical world, there's nothing bringing you two closer together, that there is spiritual elements that are bringing you two closer together. That's what you need to surrender to. All right, let's tap into your divine feminine and see what's going on around her right now. What is going on around the divine feminine currently? What is her energy? Gold digger. They want your money being used, so they're kind of mirroring you in a way. They're having situations around them that are making them feel used and underappreciated. And you could be one of those people that made them feel underappreciated or used. Move on. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. They think you've moved on and you're not. So not only do they feel used by you, but they think that you're completely done. And to a degree right now, you think that there's no way for you two to be back together. So they are picking up your energy. That's why it's so important to be positive, and if it's meant to be, the divine will line this up for you, which is what we've been getting since the beginning. You need to prioritize you, and you're either about to be offered something or you're being guided to apply to something that's going to bring you closer to them. Moving. So they might be in the process of moving right now, and also it could be that you two lived together in the past, and that's why they feel like I'm getting the same vibe where you both feel like there's no way you two could be back together again, because there's distance, and because whatever caused them to have to move away from you made them feel like you used them, or that they were underappreciated. And then mixing into that they think that you're not interested, that you've moved on. And as well, they know that you would be the one, someone is in the middle, someone is trying to sabotage this, that karmic energy. Love spell. So despite how you left them feeling at the end of this, they still feel bewitched by you. They still have love for you. Distance. This is why they think that this is why they're feeling the way they are about this situation, because they think that the distance is not something that you would close, as in close in the distance. We already know you'd have to travel to be with them. And they're trying to move on because there's distance between you. So they think that they have to move on, that they're wasting their time trying to hold on to something, even though they love you. They love you, but they're trying to move on because they think you're unavailable, that it's a waste of time, that it's over because of the distance. So this is a major factor here for why they think that you're never coming back, basically, because of the distance here. That someone is in the middle, someone is trying to sabotage this, tried to come out again. Caution, find out more information, but don't overwork yourself. I don't think they know even where you're at in life. I think there's been some time here. Neither of you know where the other lives even. Probably don't even have each other. You might not have each other's numbers anymore. It's been that there's that kind of distance. It's like you don't know where each other lives. You don't have each other's numbers. There's way you could email, you could social media, whatever. And there's a pregnancy here that you two shared. But their expectations is what they're trying to manage here, because they don't know anything for fact. And even if you both can look in on each other, have access to each other's social medias, neither of you actually have the real information. So you're both overthinking this right now. And I'm also seeing this as well as potentially if they're wanting to have a family and they still love you and they think you're not coming back, they're scared that they'll never have this with you. That's sad. All right, let's see how they feel about this connection then. Like, what do they think it is currently? Divine timing. So they're trying to trust in divine timing, hoping that it's going to bring you two back together. Hoping that you will take action. That was family. Family definitely in the way here. And I think some part of them knows that there has been a karmic energy that has been in your head as well. An Aries, it could be an Aries that was affecting things here. Impulsive, impatient, aggressive, mood swings, angers easily. Yeah, they feel like you push this connection to its breaking point, which obviously caused distance. They had to move because of this connection. It caused a lot of conflict in this. And if you or them are not an Aries, then there's a connecting energy, potentially this karmic energy that was an Aries, or is an Aries, I should say. Number 82. Telepathic. Random thoughts and intense feelings towards you, brought about by your twin. Notice patterns, images, or numbers in your day-to-day that remind you of your person. So they're being reminded of you constantly. So that would make it even more frustrating for them, because they're trying to see this as you're unavailable, it's a waste of time, it's over, there's distance. So they're trying to move on, even though their heart still belongs to you. And then on top of that, the divine keeps giving them signs and synchronicities, all these things that remind them of you, music, whatever. And they're thinking, this is so frustrating because I'm trying to let this person go, but I'm constantly being reminded of them. I feel you through everything. The things I touch, the images I see, and the voices I hear. We are connected throughout this universe, even if we are miles apart. Number 56. Spiritual practices. So I think that this divine feminine is trying to really use spiritual practices to help them move through these energies. Maybe they're hoping that they're just seeing signs of you because they want to see them, not because it's divinely orchestrated and they're trying to break out of that. I'm healing myself through meditation and spiritual practices. It's the only way I can make myself whole. It's the only way they can feel like they're finding balance in their life, especially because they're constantly being reminded of you. Number 25. All right, Aries. That's too many. But divine feminine and unawakened. Maybe they're unawakened. Okay, so that wanted to come out. Compassionate, love, life, soft, understanding, insight, empathy, creation, birth, renewal, healing, restoration, acceptance, connection, openness, receptivity, nurturing, and growth. I'm working on my divine feminine side. I know I need to be more nurturing, understanding, and compassionate towards myself and others. I want to be more soft and loving, especially towards you. And if this divine feminine isn't an Aries, it could be their sun, moon, their rising, whatever. But I still feel like my instinct immediately was that an Aries is someone that's been a karmic energy that's come between you two. Critical junctures, and that's a green light again. Just like you got. Taking a big leap of faith. Major decisions affecting the outcome, turning points that alter the course. That's what's about to happen here. That it's like they can feel it, but they're trying to push it away because they're thinking they're delusional, and they're trying to break that pattern of thinking that every sign is about you. But they're actually getting these signs on purpose. I know now I have control of my life. No one is holding me captive and no one is controlling my circumstances. That's also you. No one's controlling your life. You might be being manipulated by your family. You might feel that you're obligated to do these things for them, but you're not. No one is holding me captive and no one is controlling my circumstances. I recognize the power of my free will and I now choose to be happy. Number 55. All right, last one. I think as well that this feminine is really struggling to be soft because they're having to take action and provide for themselves in their life currently. So it's a lot about they're having to be their masculine side a lot more than their feminine side. Scorpio. Again, if neither of you are a Scorpio, it could be an outside interference here, karmic energy. I'm sorry for accusing you of things you didn't even do. I'm so used to people hurting me. I assumed you were just trying to hurt me too. I should have treated you better. But see, this says manipulative, cold, vengeful, rude, power-hungry, jealous, trust issues. Again, I think that these are connecting energies, not you guys. And then you've got Dark Night of the Soul on the bottom. I'm fighting my demons. So even though they're in this Dark Night of the Soul, they're really trying to take control of their life and they're using spiritual practices to try and do that. They're trying to be strong in their mind. It is life-altering and also extremely painful. At times I fight against the changes, but I know it must happen for me to evolve. So they're trying hard to grow in this time. Frozen. You're both frozen right now. Not speaking, stonewall, not taking action. But love call came out. Okay, let's get messages. What would you like to say to them? And then we'll get advice for you. What does the masculine want to say to the feminine, please? Soon. I'm going to contact you soon. You're mine. I get so pissed knowing other people can have you now. Is it toxic? Yeah, I don't care. I want the world to know you're mine. So there is a jealous side to you, one that feels like it doesn't even have to be I think the thought of someone else being intimate with your person upsets you anyway. But anyone that has access to your divine feminine's energy, because you don't have any currently. It's the access to them that you don't have. I don't know how I feel about this connection anymore. Unclear. I think that's because you, at the moment, like I said, you don't see things unfolding the way that they're about to. That's why you're going to be shocked. Your heart wants this person. You want to go to this person. But right now, I don't think this opportunity has presented itself yet, or you haven't taken that leap of faith. They're asking you to be bold and maybe apply for things that do take you closer to this person. But because of your circumstances right now, you feel unclear about it. You think, just like how they think that you've moved on and are unavailable, you're struggling to see how this would come back together right now. So I don't think it's that you're unclear about how much you love this person. I mean, you got your mine, but I think it's you're unclear about how to make this happen again. You're my favorite. You're the person I want to call when something good or bad happens. The first thought when I have news to share. You're my person. Again, it's not the lack of love, it's the how can I move to this person? Because you currently, I think, feel bound by you think they're that your main priority is your obligation to your family. Unblock me. So maybe you're blocked, but it could just be, maybe you think you're energetically blocked. So if you're not actually blocked on social media and you can access them that way, you might feel like too much time has passed, or so there's something about you feeling like there's something stopping you from reaching out to them. So energetically you could feel blocked by them. I miss you and want to connect. Please unblock me, literally or energetically, so we can speak. I have a lot to say. Last one. You're mysterious. I can never seem to figure you out. Sometimes I feel like you're hiding something from me. I never really know where I stand with you. And I think that's because you haven't communicated. And then you've got perfection on the bottom. You see them as perfection. Your beauty amazes me. I'm not sure how I attracted someone like you, but I'm forever grateful. Okay, let's get advice for you. What's coming next and what is your advice? What is their advice for you? Two of Swords, indecision. I think that's your issue right now, is you're stuck between two worlds and you're not making a decision. You're too indecisive right now. But Page of Pentacles, a new financial opportunity is about to present itself, and King of Wands. You could be a Leo. So we've got the Moon, things you can't see yet. These opportunities that are about to present itself with the Page of Pentacles. This is a new opportunity that's about to come in. They're saying you're going to feel like, you're going to be like, oh, should I, shouldn't I, should I? This is going to be what's blocking you. You can't see this opportunity coming in right now. This is a hidden truth right now that is not being shown to you, but it's about to be illuminated. What you're indecisive about is taking this new opportunity. You're going to receive a message or a call or an email, whatever it is, for a new opportunity that is going to, and it's something you want to do that's going to take you towards this person. The choice is yours. You can say yes or no, but the confusion, the avoidance, the indecision is blocking you from expanding your world. It's blocking you from becoming this King of Wands. He's a leader. He's in control. He's focused. He's magnetic, independent. He takes bold choices. He goes wherever the wind takes me. You're very... this is what you can be when you're decisive and you make decisions for your future. When you prioritize you. This is where you can be if you don't get stuck in the indecisiveness or get stuck by people's karmic influence over you. What you can't see right now is this opportunity that's about to present itself, where you're going to struggle, and where they're trying to say is, don't be indecisive about this. Make this clear decision towards this new financial opportunity, because when you do, you're stepping into that King of Wands energy. Be bold, be brave, take action. All right, the Moon. Yeah, the Hierophant to confirm the Moon. Wow. This is marriage, tradition, but this is literally advice. You're being spiritually guided towards this right now. Trust. Knight of Wands. This is an exciting new opportunity. They're telling you, take action here. When this is presented to you, quick moving, adventurous, driven, take action. This is a very exciting opportunity for you. Knight of Wands to confirm Page of Pentacles, a new financial opportunity. This is time for you to take action. Be daring. Four of Swords. Chariot to confirm the Two of Swords. This is a travel card. Your indecision, because there's travel involved and you'd have to move away from your family, is what this is, overcoming obstacles. The Chariot is overcoming obstacles and traveling. You might actually even, I just saw like a packing, like those moving trucks. You might, so this person's obviously at a distance, but instead of flying, you might actually pack up all your stuff into like a moving truck and I think I said driving across the country at the beginning, didn't I? So you might actually pack up everything into a moving truck and decide to drive across the country to get to where they are, to get to your new job. Because this even says drive. So there's something about a road trip and a moving truck. So when this opportunity presents itself, you might actually make the choice. You might even, especially if you reach out to this person, you might, no, I'm hearing no. I was going to say you might get them to drive across with you, but I actually think that this is a solo journey you need to take. It's an adventure for you to pack up everything and to drive across country to get to this person, to get to this new job. But this is your destiny. This literally says, the first word on here is destiny. This indecision, you need to be bold. You need to overcome that obstacle and take this journey. There will be strategizing involved as far as like making the move, like the actual like physical planning to be had, but this is something to say yes to. All signs point to yes, and you literally even got yes, go for it with the green light card. Knight of Pentacles to confirm the King of Wands. This is a solid offer. This is going to take you out of stagnant energy. You need to persist with this. You might be indecisive because you're looking at all the planning involved with moving and get overwhelmed, but you need to put in the hard work and make the plan and set it in motion. This is an opportunity for you to also be responsible and make decisions that are healthy for you, prioritize you, because when you do that, you will become this not King of Pentacles, but you've got two lots. You've got the Page and the Knight of Pentacles. You're graduating from a Page to a Knight, to a King. Three of Pentacles, collaborating, teamwork, dedication, project, relentless, determined to succeed. That is your advice. Let your determination lead the way. Even if you get overwhelmed with the logistics of moving and all that kind of stuff, persist. The hard work is going to clearly pay off. They're wanting you to overcome that obstacle and take this journey, because it's part of your pentacle path and it's part of your expanding your family with this divine feminine. And your dedication, you're determined to succeed, is going to give you nothing but success in your love life, in your pentacle life, in all aspects. Prioritize you. Don't let a little fear and a little bit of overwhelm because you're having to make plans overwhelm you. Because when you then actually follow through and make those plans, you will feel like that King of Wands, that Leo energy, that confidence, that drive to make bold decisions and do something fun and exciting and adventurous. Go on the journey. Everything about that, except for the Two of Swords, about being indecisive about it, was constantly just, we want you to do this. This is where we're guiding you. Their advice is to take action with this. But yes or no, it's up to you. They're saying if you push through that indecisiveness, you've got nothing but success waiting for you. So if a job is offered to you soon and it takes you away from where you are, take it. And if there are jobs that are taking you that could take you closer to your person and you've been holding off applying, apply. Soulmate. Closing message. How cute is that card? But look at them. Bless, little angels. You're going to have some little angels, I think. Your prayer for a soulmate relationship is answered. Follow the guidance that you receive so that you may enjoy this gift of divine love. Your heart yearns for a big love. Since you are on the spiritual path, you desire a partner with a similar philosophy and common interests. Can you have great passion and spiritual companionship with the same person? This card confirms that your answer is yes. By drawing this card, your angels ask you to trust in and follow their lead. Your angels have heard your prayers for a great love and they guide you to take steps to manifest this desire. If you are in a current relationship, your angels ask you to release this partnership to them. In that way, they can help you elevate your relationship to a soulmate level or help you gently end it so your new love may appear. So if the karmic energy is a relationship you're already in, you have been wanting to leave, they're gently guiding you to do that. Either way, they will closely assist you and give you clear steps to take. You're going to have clear steps to take. It's only your own mind that's going to cause the indecisiveness and the indecision. But go for it. Miracles. This is going to feel like a miracle. You're going to be shocked when this opportunity presents itself. Just go for it.